Hey guys, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do a makeup for Greg from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Uh, Basically using stuff that you can get from any party store, usually really cheap makeup. You can either use grease or cream. I just happen to have grease, so I'm going to start with that. So, take your applicator, get some of this on here. I didn't actually wash my face before I did this video, so it's not going on as nicely as it would with a nice clean face. I'm a little oily. Obviously it works better if you're not as hairy as I am, but you'll get the idea. Before doing this, actually what I would do is start with the hair. And for that you can use hairspray. This is from Spirit Halloween, but they have them at like Party City and stuff. I don't actually have any white. I only have silver and some black and blue. So I didn't really want to do silver because it would look kind of funny. But spray the hair down with white first, and then you can use the black, or I actually would go with some spiker gel to spike up the little sections in the back of his head. There's the spiker gel comes in different colors. That happens to be black. I was gonna show you the hair thing, but then I realized that I'm out of white, so I'll have to skip that for now. Be careful around the eyes. Even the cheap stuff does sting. Just make sure they're nice and closed. And then you can get in closer. I'm not going to worry too much about the eyes because he actually has little black dots for eyes, which I'll show you how to do in a little bit. Again, so much easier if you don't have facial hair. Make sure you get the ears really good. I'm only going to do the front of my face, but I do suggest doing pretty much every bit of exposed skin. Arms, legs, neck. I'll do a little of this to show you what the effect is going to look like when we do the next step. If you end up with streaks in your makeup, don't worry, you're actually going to be putting quite a bit of this on, and you can just keep rubbing it in until they all go away, using a lighter touch each time. If you have really light eyebrows, it helps. Or if you want to shave them off, that would work too. I don't want to shave my eyebrows off. Too much work to pencil them in every morning. The more you layer it, the better it'll look because you really want it to be paper white. Try to not have any skin coming through. Again, it would have gone on a lot easier had I actually washed my face first. I believe cream makeup goes on a little bit thicker and a little bit smoother, so it might be easier. But I wanted to show you the two different makeups And the application for the black is actually going to be a lot easier if I use cream, which means I had to use the grease for the base. But either one will work. Just matters in your technique and your applicator. Not the greatest job, but you get the idea. Next, we're going to move on to the black cream makeup. And what you want to do is you want to squeeze a little onto a surface. I just happen to have a paper towel handy. So I'm going to do a little blob on a paper towel. And I always find many different uses for these. These are fantastic and dirt cheap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip some on the corner of my brush here. And we're going to draw the nose ridge line. So right down the center of the nose. Right up the middle. Your finger or a Q-tip will also work really good for this. Doing it on somebody else's face, it's easier to use the brush. Doing it on my own, however, a lot of times a fingertip will get a better line. Alright, we're going to do the same for the ears, just around the edges. I don't have multiple mirrors set up here, so I really can't check to see how it looks, but doing this on somebody else, you won't really have to worry about that. Right, so I've got the ears edged out. I've got the nose done. So when you look at it from the angle, you can see it looks like it's almost drawn on with a marker or pencil or whatever. Next thing I'm going to do is the eyes. It pretty much just has dots for eyes, and don't worry if you mess up like that. I'll show you how to get rid of that in a minute. Oh, totally messed that one up. Basically what you're going to do for that, you're going to take a clean side of an applicator. Scrape off as much as you can. And then just reapply some white. You might also want to go in there with a Q-tip with a little bit of alcohol on it. It helps. Now the other option is, if you want to do just a black dot, you can actually do the full eye, or just the area around the eye. It might actually look a little better. I'm going to go ahead and do that. He has little tiny eyes in the book, but it looks kind of funny. Okay, since I wasn't expecting to do that, I kind of really goofed it up. But Only problem with that is you tend to get dark makeup in your white makeup. It's not good if you plan on using it again, but I don't, so. Let's blend it a little bit more. As you can see, the white that I had on my finger came out a little thicker. It's actually not a bad way to go. The other way is to do it in layers using the applicator. So that's there. And then he's got this big old smile. So I'm going to do a little loop. Doing this with your fingers, one way to do it. The other option is actually using a paintbrush. Does a really good job. Depending on how steady your hand is. Yeah, totally goofed that, but. We need a little more black. If you have black lipstick, it's a little bit more comfortable. But essentially, that's it. Now, it might look a little creepy, but that's because I didn't blend the white very well, and I'm not really clean on my edges. The cleaner lines you have, the less creepy it'll look. The white in the hair also definitely helps. It gives a whole appearance. Going all the way down to any exposed skin with the same white would definitely help. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. But there you have it. A super simple Greg from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. One more thing I forgot, and this is actually a really important step. So both grease and cream makeup stay kind of wet and kind of sticky during the day, and especially if you're going to have it on your arms or your legs or anything, you don't really want to rub that off all over the place. So there's two products out there that are really good. One of them is a translucent setting powder. I actually have one in my case. My hands are covered in makeup, so I want to grab that out. But it's basically looks like baby powder. You put it on with a little brush, a little powder puff, whatever you want. The one that I actually like is a barrier spray. You can hopefully find these in regular party stores. But the barrier spray is also known as a sealer spray. You put it on your skin first and it helps to adhere to the makeup and helps the makeup stay on you. But then you put it on after the makeup and it helps the makeup from coming off. The only thing with this is if your skin is really sensitive, I don't suggest putting it on first because it does burn for a little bit. About anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes I felt it burning on my skin. But I do almost always put it on afterwards if I have my makeup on for any given amount of time. So if you're doing it during the day, definitely make sure your eyes and mouth are closed when you do this. But all you have to do is spray it on. And that's it. It takes about a minute to dry. And again, like I said, that's when it starts to burn, when your makeup isn't on. But as long as you have a nice even coverage, you don't feel anything. It's just a little cold and wet. And once it dries, yeah, it's still wet. But trust me, once it dries, it won't come off anywhere near as easy unless you rub it or take it off with water or anything like that. All right, thanks.